Anthony McKinney. I am Sergeant First Class Norel Combest, your MC for today's ceremony.
For being that vessel of honor, integrity, teaching, and dedicated and a faithful soldier. We're grateful for the decade of sacrificial service for he offered on our behalf. He and his family have given themselves for us. Now I pray that the years to come might continue that guides his steps. Bless us all with strengthly name. Amen.
Command Sergeant Major Octavia V. Williamson, Land Component Command.
Military specialties to include infantry, personnel, maintenance, transporter. He has traveled the globe in support of multiple contingency operations and missions. Sergeant First Class McKinney is a highly decorated soldier who made the military his life and passion. He comes into our lives in many forms. Some of us know him as a comrade, a friend, a family member, a mentor, an entertainer, and the list can go on and on and on. I recall my first encounter with Sergeant First Class McKinney. It was about 35 years ago. I had just returned back from basic and advanced individual training. He was working full-time in the mailroom as a civilian. I knew from that day he would make his rounds around the building to everyone's office and say, "Mac in the house." If you really knew Sergeant First...
Thank you, Command Sergeant Major Williamson. At this time, I would like to... There we go. Gross. I'm sorry. So, Mr. Gross was actually my recruiter and brought me in the military.
A lot of familiar faces, and it's good to be back. I was hoping, though, that you weren't going to call me first, and let me tell you why. Tony called me last night. I just got home from Florida. "Mike, can you pick up the cake at Bowling Air Force Base?" Not a problem. But when I first met you almost 40 years ago, I didn't care too much for you. And I was honored that he asked me to be here to speak today. Now, the Sergeant Major spoke of loyalty. When I think of Tony, that I've ever seen in my life. So with that, Tony, again, I'm honored to be here. And again, so many familiar faces, bringing back so many memories. And you have been a phenomenal friend. I'll tell you, your loyalty, your kindness, and we've been many places together. We've had some great memories. And I tell you, moving forward into the next chapter of your life, veteran, I wish you prosperity, I wish you success, I wish you happiness, I wish you joy, and you know all of us are here. Jacket off to give to you if you need it. However, if you move from one house to another, 500-pound safes and couches and furniture, but otherwise...
Thank you.
Haven't been in the Army in a long time. And those who know me, I worked here. I actually worked in the building for a while. And it's good to see all you folks. Retired Sergeant Major, see people like Kerlock and all those folks, all right? So I'm not going to hold you long. I really don't think you understand the impact on people that you have, the impact that you had on people around you. If it wasn't for you, I would have never enlisted. I never knew that. All right? Because the Army was not on my radar. I was coming out of high school and I was an athlete, so I was not thinking about going into some Army. But when I saw you come home, I saw you leave as a man, and when you came home, leave as a boy, and when you came home, you was a man. He was a whole different person. And plus, he had some nice stuff because he was making a little money. I was like, well, hold on, I might need to try that. So I enlisted myself. And
to you my personal thanks and the sincere appreciation of a grateful nation for your contribution of honorable service. Please stand. Department of the Army, Orders 086-0011. Sergeant First Class Anthony Dewayne McKinney, U.S. Army. You are released from active duty as of 30 April 2024 to the retired list. The people of the United States express their thanks and gratitude for your faithful service. Your contributions to the defense of the United States of America are greatly appreciated. It's presented to Sergeant First Class Anthony McKinney, United States Army, on the 30th day of April 2024. Signed, Randy A. George, General, United States Army. By Command Sergeant Major Octavia Williamson. Sergeant First Class, retired, Anthony Dewayne McKinney.
I was singing late last night at a show.
Year anniversary back from Iraq. Last month, nearly 20 years back from Iraq. So we need to celebrate that. Only one of us didn't make it back, but it's 20 years since we've been back from Iraq, and that's a good thing. A whole lot of us still here. We lost a few, but we're still around. MC, I thank you very much. I thank you. She's one of the ones over in Iraq with me. So my family, my mom, my rock of the McKinney descendants clan. I thank you, Ma. Yeah, I had no idea what I could do when I got in the military. Found out they had enough for justice. And I stayed down there, and I was lucky that ETS came up here, and I came here to the DC Guard. My very first day here, I don't know if Sergeant here, my very first day here, I get out of the recruiting office and walk down the hallway. And all your old timers know, Mr. Isom was standing in the hallway, and I walked down the hallway, and he said, "Hey, young man, what you doing here?" I said, "Well, I just enlisted in the Army, you know." He said, "So what are you gonna do?" I said, "Well, I'm starting for a job. I had a little security guard job at night." He said, "I think I got a musician coming over." I think that was a Thursday. He said, "You come back here on Monday, and I might have a job for you." Well, I came back during that Monday, and I had a job. That's when I met Mike and Joe Queen and my boy Pat Thomas. We had the same birthday, like he rest in peace. He passed last year. Mama Lynch back there, and after that, I came on full time, and I was here up until 2011. NCO for the whole Army National Guard. I traveled to almost every 50 state, some twice. In terms of 40 years ago, some of y'all from high school, all the way up here to just 2 weeks ago. You want to be treated. It just, you know, if you go that way, you know, all of a sudden all this stuff happening, stuff, we stand up here and everybody's talking about what we're going to do. Well, I'm telling y'all something, I appreciate every last one of y'all for coming out here. You know what I'm saying? Every last one of y'all for coming out here. We're going to have good food after this now. I'm trying to say something. I ain't got no alcohol for you. If you everything gonna give you no alcohol. Not now anyway, we're talking later. But on a serious note, I think everybody know I'm a jokester. I love the joke, and I love to have fun and keep people laughing and smiling. That's who I am. If you're not laughing and smiling around me, you can't be around me. It's just not gonna work. But thank everyone for coming out here. I appreciate everybody. Hold up, I see, there you go, the VFW crew, my boy. You got some good food, make sure you put on that food there. He said he gonna tell my orders and
We have a good time after this. Those who are coming to the event tonight, let me get this out of the way. If you're coming to the event tonight, I have some sheets. Please make sure your full name is on there, the correct full name, not JoJo.
This concludes our ceremony. Please join Command Sergeant Major Williamson in congratulating Sergeant First Class McKinney and his family. The receiving line will begin to left to right. All right. And you